Have you ever heard that cliche, don't count the days, make the days count? Remember, we are on this journey to create a new character. But part of creating that new character is you've got to spend a consistent and large number of days playing that character for you to fully embody that character. Also remember that life is just a game. It's just a game. It's not a big deal. Everything is impermanent. Everything is unimportant in the end. So if you don't reach your full potential in this lifetime, that's okay. Maybe you'll get it in your next lifetime. But if you're getting this message and you're watching my content, I've got to assume that you are someone who strives for greatness. You're striving to do the very best that you can in this lifetime. So that being said, if life is just a game, just like any other game, you are keeping a score. So especially if you're just getting started on this journey, I would suggest for a period of time, maybe 30, 60, 90 days, that you keep score. And so that's what I have right here. Like I have a quarterly calendar in my office here where I keep score. You know, and right now it's December 10th, 2025, and you can see I keep score. Okay, these little blue dots. So right now I'm on day 10 of retention. Okay, oh actually, excuse me, I'm on day 11 of retention. Okay, the orange is Adderall. I'm 164 days of zero Adderall. And I'm 16 days no alcohol. Okay? And I don't even know how many days I am no weed. I should put the no weed up there too. But I know that I quit smoking weed on March 3rd of this year. So it's been quite a while. So going on my walk every day, again, to integrate, to activate that character within me. So while, I'm playing the game just like you are, I am working every day on integrating that new character within myself. What does that character look like? He's disciplined, he's consistent, he's focused, he's determined, he's strong, yet kind and compassionate. Like that old saying, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. The problem, however, is most people, a few challenges actually. One major problem is people are trying to simply exercise their willpower in order to create permanent change. This never works. This is why that by the beginning of January, most gyms are packed full because everybody's making New Year's resolutions. Everybody, this is my year, new year, new me. We'll be seeing that soon on the social media. But by the end of January, all of those people, or I would say 80% of those people who signed up for a new gym membership, went and got a new tracksuit, went and got new shoes, they're not even working out anymore. Because your willpower is never going to override your paradigm or your self-concept or your self-image. Never. your paradigm, which again consists of your self-concept, your self-image, your self-worth, this is what determines the actions that you take in your life, period. So your willpower might work for a day or two, it might work for a week or two, but ultimately the paradigm is going to kick in and you're going to revert back to the character that you've been playing. Man, it is an absolutely gorgeous December 10th. I cannot believe how warm it is. It's wild. But anyways, you know, when I was talking about, I quit Adderall cold turkey one day, never even thought about it again. I quit smoking weed cold turkey, didn't even think about it again. Because I used a very, very powerful tool to create instant change. Because change doesn't have to take a long time. It can be instantaneous. As soon as you make a committed decision and you get accountability, leverage, and support. So I may have mentioned this on a previous video, but earlier this year, I went on a weekend trip with my buddy Joe up at his cabin, and I was smoking weed, and he's like, "Oh, why you smoke weed, dude? You're such a loser, blah, blah, blah." And so he pissed me off. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this, dude, I can do it. So I said, hey, I want you to be my accountability partner, and I want you to support me and stop smoking weed. I'm gonna check in with you every Monday, and if I don't check in with you, or I go back on my word and I smoke weed, I gotta give you $1,000. He's like, bet. Never. I messaged him every Monday, didn't miss a single Monday for 12 weeks, 90 days, never missed a beat. And I never thought, I was never even tempted to smoke weed because I knew I'd have to give him $1,000 and it shows my character. And my character means everything to me. Same thing with Adderall. Not only did I reach out to Joe and ask him to be my accountability partner, but I asked my friend Michael Morelli, who's a big fitness influencer, I asked him to be my accountability partner. And boom, right there. In fact, Michael was blown away. In fact, he even alluded like, oh, you shouldn't quit cold turkey. You know, you should wean yourself off. And I'm like, fuck that. I already fucking know I can. I've gone, you know, if I go on vacation and I don't have any with me, I don't die. I'm not having withdrawals or anything. So boom. And by the end of 12 weeks, I didn't miss a single week. The leverage was, number one, I'd have to pay them $1,000. And two, which was more leverage for me, is I would lose face. I would not be the man that I am promoting myself to be, that I'm putting myself out there to be. I pride myself on my character, that I'm a man of honor, that I'm a man of integrity, that I'm a man of strength, that I can do anything, and that a substance like weed or alcohol or Adderall or pussy has any strength over me. Okay? So, now let's talk about why we use those substances in the first place. But more than substances, going along with retention, is why do we jerk it? Why do we watch dirty videos? Why are we slutty and we go around and we try to see how many meaningless sexual experiences we can have? Why is that? Well, because in our paradigm is made up of 3 fundamental programs. I am, people are, life is. Those 3 programs make up 80% of your paradigm. Now, for this video, we're going to mainly focus on the I am. So the reason why you're jerking it, you're watching dirty, slutty videos, or you're going out and you're sleeping with a bunch of chicks, having meaningless sex, all this stuff, is because somewhere in your paradigm, you have a stronger belief that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable. So you seek out a large dopamine rush in order to change your state. Because an orgasm or ejaculating, that is the greatest, if not one of the greatest, releases of dopamine in your brain. An orgasm. Of course it's going to be. That's what drives us to procreate. It's got to feel good. If it felt horrible, we wouldn't do it. Now, heroin may be stronger of a dopamine rush than an orgasm, but nevertheless, an orgasm is very high up there. So it's going to instantly get you out of your state. It's going to get you out of that, oh, I got to live my life again. That's first thing in the morning, if that's your window of weakness. Or in the middle of the day or at the end of the day to relax, to forget about the day, to unwind, whatever it is. You have created a system in your mind, expressed through your body, that will instantly get you out of whatever you're feeling and get you right into one of the highest forms of pleasure that you can possibly get into. So, what I'm proposing is you go into your paradigm and you change your belief. Going from, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable, to, I like myself. I love myself. I'm proud of myself. I am good enough. I'm made in the image of God. I am important. I won the 1 out of 4 trillion odds lottery of even coming here in the first place. I am valuable. I am worthy. Now, most people are going to tell you to just, recite some affirmations like the one I just gave you. I'm good enough, I'm worthy, I'm valuable. But if you don't really have a deep enough belief in that already, then your conscious mind's going to kick it right out. Because your conscious mind is the part of your mind that reasons between truth and fallacy. Okay, so if you don't believe, or if you've got a stronger belief that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable, I'm a piece of shit, I'm worthless, I'm this, that, or the other, then it's going to automatically just kick it right out. Absolutely beautiful frame here, isn't it? So I'm going to try to, okay? So what you've got to do then to reprogram, to recondition the whole paradigm, let me try to get some sick ass view here, is you've got to go into your memory bank. You've got to realize that every moment of your entire life, from the moment that your spirit came into your body around 49 days after conception, and every single millisecond from then until where you are right now has been recorded. It is recorded in the memory banks of your subconscious mind. And you have access to them. So what you want to do right here and now is you want to actually get a pen and a piece of paper, and you want to think about core memories, core moments, core timelines in your life that programmed you with those I am statements. The detrimental ones. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not valuable. I'm not valuable. I'm not worthy of love. Okay? Whatever they may be, especially for those who've gone through trauma, like, you know, if you have an absentee parent, like an absentee father, you may be thinking, why did he leave? Why is he gone? Is there something wrong with me? Whatever it is, you've got to go back to those memories and you've got to heal them. You've got to release them because that energy is still stored within you. And if it's still stored within you, then that means that there's a virus that is playing out. It's expressing itself in your body. So you've got to go back into the memory, find that file, and dissolve the energy. And you dissolve it by giving yourself love, by supporting yourself, by forgiving yourself. Okay? So there's some very deep, esoteric concepts here. But let me tell you is, you know, for the last 20 years, I've been doing this work for myself. Because, you know, growing up for me, I had a lot of, I hate myself. I had hatred for myself, which led to a lot of anger, obviously. Which was very detrimental for me. And so I can go back in my memory banks today and I can see where that stemmed from. You know, for me it was junior high. Going from elementary school to junior high was a radical transformation in my paradigm, because my junior high was kind of in the ghetto. So there's a lot of gangsters. You know, it really was, because the time that I went to junior high was the time that that movie Dangerous Minds came out with Michelle Pfeiffer and that popular Coolio song, Gangster's Paradise. So I remember, you know, even my first day of junior high, going to junior high and seeing all those gangsters and the feeling that I felt. And, you know, it was an entirely new world. And in order for me to fit in, I had to become one of them. You know, in order for me to hang out with the cool kids, I had to be like them. I had to dress like them. I had to listen to the music that they listened to. And that really went against, it went against my household. Because, you know, on my mom's side of the family, they're very gangster. I mean, we are Spanish or Latino descent. So, I mean, straight up, you know, cholos and cholas. I got a lot of trauma. I mean, my family is blood in, blood out on that side of the family. A lot of trauma, murder, you know, robbery, gangs, a lot of that stuff. And then conversely, on my dad's side, my dad's brother was murdered by gang members on prom night. And I remember the day after his brother got murdered, we went to his childhood home. And I just remember playing under that tree in the front yard. And that's actually one of the only times that I can ever remember my dad crying. So as a result, my dad hated gangsters, hated them. And so, now I'm in junior high, and in order to fit in with the cool kids, and in order for the cool girls to like me, I had to be like one of them. And so I had to hide it from my dad. My dad didn't like baggy clothes. He didn't like Ben Davis shirts, that's for sure. He didn't like big, baggy hoodies. And so I felt, whether or not it's true, I don't know. I have a pretty strong intuition. But whether or not it's true, like, I felt his judgment. I felt his disappointment. Because before junior high, like, he and I were best friends. Like, I used to race remote control cars pretty professionally. And he was obviously my number one sponsor. And so, but things changed. Our connection divided. And, my dad is not good at expressing his feelings. He's not good at expressing himself. He's not good at having crucial conversations. And he certainly isn't good at leading a boy or guiding a boy into becoming a man. And so I didn't really have that. My dad used preaching to try to affect change, which didn't work at all. Or tried to use religion, but he wasn't really that religious until, I was already gone. So it made me cultivate a lot of, I hate myself. So I would look in the mirror, as I'm getting ready for school, and I would just criticize myself. I hate myself. And it made me feel less than. And then obviously I find jerking it, and boom, that's just like holy shit, I just found the drug of a lifetime. And then I lost my virginity at 15. So once I found that as well, boom, it just set me on a whole nother course. Like now I'm chasing sex, I'm chasing orgasms. And, in fact, I just thought of this on my bike ride yesterday, actually. In fact, I'm so glad it just came back. Check out this sick ass crane. So glad that this just came back, because I wanted to talk about this yesterday. The girl I lost my virginity to, man, great girl. I mean, gorgeous girl. I mean, she was like the star swimmer. She tried out for the trials for the USA, like the Olympic swim team. So I'm talking just, c'est magnifique. She was fine. But man, I treated her like shit. I played with her heart so much. I'd break up with her, try to get with some other chicks, get back together with her, break up with her again. What a dick. But man, she broke my heart. That was my first heartbreak. Oh, just devastated me. Oh, I wanted to kill myself. Just in the throes of depression. But man, you fucking deserved it, bro. Man, I deserved it. She was a fucking angel. An absolute angel. But I had demons inside. I didn't think I was worthy of accepting her love and her adoration. All I wanted was sex. All I wanted was the physical expression of sex. So jerking it, looking at dirty magazines. Because, the internet wasn't even out back then. And then I would hook up with her whenever I could. And then I'd break up with her and I'd hook up with the other chicks on the drill team squad and the cheerleaders and stuff like that. Because, again, even though I had these feelings about myself inside, somehow, some way, I think it's because of my magnetism or something, my aura. I don't fucking know what it is, but my friends were always the most popular. So I hung out in that clique. So all my friends in high school, I was friends with all the cheerleaders, all the drill team girls, and man, I mean, we were just sexually experimentation, okay? Experimenting with our sexuality, all of us. So, then fast forward to, as soon as I turned 18, I moved out, I bought a duplex, I was making good money. I'm a high school dropout. So, I was making $1,000 a week, before my friends even graduated high school. So, I moved out, bought my first house, and I had 4 guys move in with me right out the jump, and I didn't even have to pay anything. And these guys were all older, so they were all 21 and older. So, they were buying alcohol, so we were throwing parties. So when I'm 18, 19, I'm drinking. I mean, we're popping Molly. We're talking pressed pills back in 2000, 2001. I mean, we're just having fun. And we are just degenerates. I mean, just having wild sexual experiences all over the place for a long time. And so this is how your character is developed. Now, I sit here today, and one thing, I really try to impart on people is, living with grace, giving yourself grace. Like, I have zero trauma, zero shame, zero guilt, none whatsoever. I've never in my life, none. I didn't grow up religious, so I had no guilt, shame, or anything like that around sex or drinking alcohol or getting fucked up, nothing of that. My parents have never given me a hard time. They knew I was having sex in my bedroom. They supported me. They said, hey, you better just wear a condom. You don't want to get her pregnant. Because my best friend, Tony, at the time, he got his now wife pregnant. He was 15 when they had their little baby girl. So my parents knew what was up. But, again, going back to those root moments and the reasons why we're going after sex, we're going after jerking it. The root is you're chasing an orgasm. You're chasing a dopamine high. That's ultimately what the end result is. And you want that dopamine high because you want to escape your current state. And your current state is, I'm not good enough. It is low self-worth. It's a low self-image. It is a low self-concept. So as I was mentioning in the beginning of the video, is the purpose of this journey of retention. What does retention mean? It means to learn to channel. It means self-control. You are learning how to take back control of your sexuality, of your essence, of your life force energy. That is your life force energy. It's not about counting how many days, although that is a great tactic to start off with. But even that, you don't need that. When you have accountability, when you have leverage, when you have support, but also when you can instantly start embodying that new character, your higher form. But first you have to know what it looks like. What does that man look like for you? What does your higher form look like to you? What are the characteristics or the character traits of that man that you are focused and committed on embodying? Because you've got to get specific about it, because man who shoot at nothing sure to hit it. So if you don't even know what that man looks like, how can you ever expect to become it? So first things first, you've got to know who you want to become. And then you step into it. But in order to step into it, you're going to have to heal and transcend the old character. And you do that by you heal that old character. So you go back in your memory and you look for these, what I call quantum moments. Quantum moments, like for me, losing my virginity, the first time I ever jerked it. The first time I got caught stealing. These moments, quantum moments, 9/11, when I got on 9/11, I have a great 9/11 because I got in a relationship with another just fine ass chick, Brittany. Oh my God. Dude, I've been so blessed. It's a gift and a curse, baby. Mostly a gift, mostly a curse, but mostly a gift. Okay? But anyways, you want to go back and you want to heal these quantum moments in your life, because those are the quantum moments they are the skeleton that make up your self-concept. Okay, you have an image or a story about yourself in your subconscious. And this story, this image, it is expressed through you today. Everything that you're getting in your life, your money, your body, your health, everything is a reflection of your level of self-image, self-concept, self-worth. And like I said, you're never going to create permanent change by force of will. You have to do the work. And the work is fucking hard. Hard in the sense of most people don't want to go in their past. Most people don't want to forgive. They want to hold a grudge. They want to hold resentment because it makes them feel justified. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather live in heaven on earth than to be holding a fucking grudge. That sounds not fun to me, but you can do whatever you want. It's your life. But think about that. Now, let me share something with you that I've shared with hundreds of people over the last 13 years of teaching this stuff. A tool, a strategy that if you follow it, it will create a very powerful impact in your life. Okay, actually two things. The first is I want you to get some pictures of yourself. Get pictures of yourself around those ages of those quantum moments. So for me, it's junior high and high school. That's really when that character really started to develop and take form. A lot of anger, a lot of rage, a lot of blame, a lot of victimhood. And you can see it on my face in those pictures. Get those pictures, look at them, feel the feelings that are contained in those memories, because a picture is literally a snapshot of a memory. And I want you to give yourself love. And it's as a practice. This isn't a silver bullet, one time fits all or fixes all. This is a practice. You want to practice sending your younger self love. If you want to take it to the next level, when you're doing your meditation or sometime during the day when you can take a break and you can intentionally put focus and energy into this practice, I want you to get relaxed, sit in a chair, or maybe lay down, and I want you to go back into those memories. And I want you to relive them. And I want you to relive them as if you are seeing yourself watch those memories unfold. And I want you to talk to your younger self as if you were a ghost or something, but a friendly ghost like Casper, okay? And I want you to tell yourself, I love you. I support you. To literally talk to that younger self as if you were your own parent. Like I have a little boy, 10-year-old, the fucking apple of my eye. I love him. I just wish other people could feel the level of love that I have for my son. And because of that love, I have that same love for myself. I feel that level of love for myself. I feel that level of adoration for myself. I feel that level of acceptance for myself, the same as I do for him. And it wasn't until he was born did I even know that that level of love even existed. But now that I've experienced it, that I've embodied it, that level of love is capable within me, I'm able to project it out. Think about that. So now I can go back, and I've done this, I do this all the time, especially if we do like, our new moon ceremonies and things like that, is I see that little boy. I see that young man, that adolescent teen that's hurting inside, that's angry, that beats himself up, that's hypercritical of himself. And I go and I tell him, man, I love you. You're great, man. You're doing great. Guess what? It's gonna be just fine, man. There may be hard times that come. You may have struggles. You may have heartbreak. You may have heartache. But man, let me tell you, it's gonna be fucking awesome. So just keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're gonna get through this. Know that I love you, that I support you, that I'm here for you, that I'm never gonna leave you. I'm always gonna be here for you. Because that child, that teenager, that adolescent is still living inside of you. And if you don't heal that little boy, if you don't give him the love, the support, the encouragement, the validation that he so badly wanted growing up, then you will continue to unfold your patterns. Because this is a great quote. I made this shit up. Trademark. Copyright. 2025. That which we do not receive as children, we will seek out as adults, oftentimes in toxic forms. So the reason why people drink too much, sleep around, consume drugs, narcotics, everything that's toxic, is to try to fill a void that was left open as a child. But the great part is, you have all the power to go and fill that void yourself. In fact, you're the only one who can. No one else can. Nothing in the outside world is ever going to fill that up. In fact, I would say that that is your karmic path in this life, is to learn to be your own savior. Is to learn how to fill up your own cup so that it runneth over and it spills onto others in your life. The only way that I'm able to love my son as much as I do, as deeply as I do, as openly as I do, the only reason why I'm able to love other people as much as I do, as openly as I do, as deeply as I do, I think I said that, is because I love myself so much. My cup runneth over. because I've done the work and I continue to do the work. Like I was saying, I was on my bike ride yesterday thinking about Carrie, thinking about Brittany, thinking about Kenzie, thinking about all the other chicks in between. And man, I was thinking, man, you're a fucking dick. You are a dick, dude. You need to just be single. I'm a single guy. I like being single. I don't like being in a relationship that much. I'd rather have 10 girlfriends than one, okay? That's just how I'm wired. But in that moment, when I'm recounting those memories, I forgave myself. So what do you need to forgive yourself for? Because I'm not fucking perfect. I'm far from it. Very far from it. I have no intention. Perfection is an illusion. There is no such thing. This is an infinite game. There's an infinite number of layers to your onion. It never ends. So to seek perfection is to be ignorant of the fact that there is no such thing. There's no finish line. There's no peak to this mountain. And that when the time is right, when you're riding a bike and these memories come zooming in about Carrie and Brittany and Kenzie and all the ones in between and Danny, my baby mama, then I can say, oh man, dude, I'm not innocent. Okay, I'm not innocent at all. I can be a real fucking dick. When you domesticate me and I gotta check in with you and shit like that, fuck that. I'm a fucking man. I do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. No one fucking tells me what to do. And I don't tell anybody else what to do. You can do whatever you want. I've never in my life gone through another person's phone. Not once, never. Because I don't give a shit. You can do whatever you want, girl. You want to cheat on me? If I catch you cheating, if I find out, I'm done with you. You're dead to me. We're done. We're over. No big deal. I don't care. That's just, you cross a boundary. My self-worth is too high. I'm not going to get played. I ain't no sucker. But, you know, at this point, I'm just rambling. What I'm saying is that my goal, my intention is to have humility. I want to be a humility. I want to have humility. I want to be humble. I think that's a correct way to phrase it. And that means that I'm not perfect. I got lessons to learn too. And I think one of the biggest lessons that you could ever learn in this life, a fucking superpower to take with you on this journey of life, is the power of forgiveness. To forgive and let go. Other people and of yourself. So, when you're on this journey of transformation, because that's what this journey is, this path of retention is about transformation. And like I said last night in the sauna, when you're doing this, you're going to generate a lot of energy. A lot of energy. And a lot of shit's going to come up. And if you don't know how to handle it, if you don't know what to do, if you don't have strategies, tools, outlets, community, sick ass falcon, then the chances of you relapsing go way, way up. Because this is a game of energy. Life is a game of energy. Harnessing, channeling, directing energy. And in this journey of transformation, not only is it about stepping into a new character, but it's about lovingly letting go of the old character. And your character, the character that you are expressing right now today as you watch this, it is the sum total of everything that's happened up until now. So if you got viruses running, if you had a traumatic childhood, or if you had detrimental programs installed as a teenager or adolescent like I did, you got to go change that shit, or those skeletons are going to come out of the closet when you least expect them. And when they come out, that's what trips you up and gets you off the path. But if you just be proactive and you go down there and you clean out the closet and you do the healing, then guess what? You get more energy, more power to focus on becoming the new you. So that's it for this video, okay? I wish you the best on your journey. I'm here to help you in whatever possible way I can. And you know, if you're the type of man that, you know, you strive for excellence, you're striving to become the very best man that you can possibly become, then I invite you to check out our school community, the 0.1% man. It's a revolutionary community where we've actually gamified life to become a 0.1% man. So you can check out the link in the description, check out our community. I'm telling you, it's revolutionary. We got shit in there that you're not gonna find anywhere on the planet to create permanent, lifelong change. So if you like the things that I've talked about in this video and my other videos, if they resonate with you, then I invite you to check that out. But you gotta understand, it's not for everyone. There actually is a qualification process. Because if you understand, most men are in the 99 percentile. Most men are. Especially most men that struggle with jerking it, watching dirty movies, sleeping around, you know, substance abuse, shit like that. You're in the 99%. Okay? And then you got the 1%, and then you got the 0.1%. So, you know, this community is really about men that are committed to being their best. Men that don't just want, you know, hype. They don't just want a Band-Aid. They don't just want some guru that's, you know, speaking hyperbole. They're willing to do the work. They're willing to do whatever it takes. So if that's you, check out the link. It's in the description. Other than that, Godspeed on your journey. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.